I'm going to be speaking about pit bulls and the misconceptions that they do not make good pets. Pit bulls make great pets, contrary to popular belief. My name is Chris Bulls and I'm a huge dog lover, especially the pit bull breed. I'm an advocate of this dog and will support it no matter what. Over the years I've owned many different types of dogs, including a Siberian Husky named Smokey, a Labrador Retriever named Zoe. I've owned a couple of boxers named Avy and Memphis, American Bulldog named Balls, and currently have a rescue pit bull named Mars. She came from Louisiana, where an overpopulated shelter rescues pit bulls specifically and adopts them out. She was confiscated in a dog fighting ring where she was used as a bait dog. When I got her, she had heartworms. Her skin was all in disorder. She had mental issues. It's taken me about 2 years to get her over all that stuff, and now she's the most well-rounded, developed, loving, nurturing dog there is. Many pit bulls are being left in shelters because of the reputation that they have, and some are being euthanized. They get a lot of bad press about the breed because of this, and bad owners making these dogs mean is what's giving them the bad press, not the breed itself. Some irresponsible owners abuse these dogs. They train them to fight. They train them to be vicious. They think they make good protection dogs, which they do, but they shouldn't be bred to be mean. Pit bulls are one of the most affectionate, attentive, loyal, intelligent breeds of dogs, and they make great pets for responsible owners. You're not going to get a full-grown pit bull and leave it in a room with a 1-year-old baby and think that everything. That's not going to be okay with any dog. First, I would like to tell you something about the background of the pit bull. It came into existence in the early 1800s in the United Kingdom. They used a dog for bull baiting, where they would take either a single pit bull or a group of them and let them chase bulls down. They didn't attack the bulls, they ran them to exhaustion until the bull would collapse and the owner would come and collect the bull. They were later used in something called ratting, where they were put in a pit with a bunch of rats and people would gamble on which dog would get which rat. This is actually how they got their name pit bull, because they were in the rat pits. According to lovable.org website, which is a website that tells you anything you need to know about pit bulls, it says, quote, despite their tenacity and determination in battle, commoners actually bred pit bull terriers with some of the same qualities and traits that we still love about them to this day, unquote. The tendency for these dogs to be aggressive towards humans was at that time bred out or culled out. They specifically did not want these dogs to be mean toward people. They were brought to the United States just before the Civil War, and it was at this time they became known as the American pit bulls. Now I'll explain the origin of the pit bulls in America. How the pit bull became so popular in America is during the first half of the 1900s, America stopped fighting these dogs and they became working class companions because of their intelligence and their caring nature. Pit bull owners in the U.S. at the time loved this breed for its human-like qualities, such as being friendly, brave, hardworking, courageous, and it became known as the All-American dog. During the World Wars, they became the nation's mascot. They actually became so popular, you began to see them in television shows, television commercials. The most famous one was probably Petey from the Little Rascals television show. You started seeing them with politicians, scholars, actresses, actors. They just became in vogue with people the way maybe a Labradoodle does nowadays. As time went on, they were not seen any different than any other breed, and the majority of them became family dogs, not working dogs. When did the reputation of the pit bull change from this? In 1976, the Supreme Court of the U.S. made dogfighting illegal in all 50 states in the Animal Welfare Act of 1976. Making dogfighting illegal had unintended consequences because it brought the criminal element from underground and took dogfighting underground. Criminals began to seek out pit bulls for illegal fighting, turning them into something they were never meant to be. They actually started breeding them to be mean and aggressive, and you couldn't control them. Nowadays, they've gone back to trying to breed this out. The blue pit bull is what they're called. They've been overbred so much because of they're so pretty and people want them. The quality of the dog has gone down so much that half the blue pit bulls bred are culled or put down. My dog is not a blue, it's a red pit bull. She's the most loving dog that I've ever had. She's very protective, but she's not aggressive toward people. She just watches them, sees what they're doing. If they're aggressive toward me, then she'll get in between them. If not, then she's as friendly as any other dog. In closing, we can see that the pit bulls were not originally bred to fight other dogs or be vicious with people. They were bred to be working dogs who became family dogs. If you have recently been considering getting a pit bull as a pet but are wary due to the misunderstanding about this breed and the bad press it's got, I would suggest meeting with somebody who has a pit bull, see how the dogs act. Just educate yourself before you buy or adopt. I would prefer adopt a pit bull. Drawn from my own personal experiences of owning multiple types of dogs, pit bulls make great pets. Actually, the best pet that I've had is my now current pit bull. They are not dangerous unless taught to be, just like any other breed would be. I've explained the history of the pit bull, their introduction to the Americas, and also how they became fighting dogs. Pit bulls make wonderful pets and can enrich your lives because of their loyalty and loving nature. Thank you.